animal.
Somewhat.
All kinds of things.
Yeah, kept it young.
As long as it's looking good.
She was primo though. She was super primo.
Yeah. Well, you guys just jumped in at the right time. It's already June. We are halfway through the year, and this is Pacific Experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Pack X. This is episode fucking awesome. What episode is it?
8.
It's episode 8! Thank
man.
you so much, everyone out there. Thank you so much for the comments, the feedback, the support we have on all the damn platforms. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Keep listening.
Keep listening. Please keep listening. Send us everything you got. I appreciate so much. We appreciate everything you've sent us
We
so
get
far.
better with every podcast.
Every single
It's more
one.
enjoying. But we're
We
always enjoying. So
are-
fuck you if you don't like us, I guess. But
Yeah, no, fuck you. Or tell us why.
yeah,
Come
that's
join
true.
us. Join
We'll
us.
be open about it.
Send us messages. But most importantly, it's fucking, June 5th? And you are with Pack X right now. Pack X is with you. And we have some guests here. I want to introduce some. So, first of all, let's just welcome back someone. We all have Swilldabeast up in here. Swilly!
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Let's go.
Swilly is here. Yes, Swilldabeast is here. Diving into
Snag
the
one of
fridge. Yes, sir. That's the guest fridge.
What's
Wow.
this Andre
Yourself.
Nicotino song where he's like straight from the jungle or straight from the bush? That's what I think of when I hear Swilldabeast.
It's
Straight from the
wildebeest.
bush.
Yeah. And and then
A very non-white thing to say, but it's a very white thing to say.
oh my god. And then
Thank you
so,
for my middle school years, Andre Nicotino. Austin's here
Yeah.
for you guys today.
Austin.
I'm glad I'm still not in jail. I haven't been put in jail.
That's good. We are all we're all alive and we're all not
Yeah.
in jail. But I do have to introduce a good buddy of mine. I've known him for probably going on 5 years. I've also had the pleasure of working with him. He's a very good friend of mine. I'm very excited to have him here. I'm introducing the Moose. Or he
The
can introduce himself. The
Moose.
Moose.
Thank
Say
you.
what's up, man?
I'm excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this. Like I said, I feel like a long-time listener, first-time caller. Here I am on the
Fuck
show,
yeah.
ready
Thank
to do it, ready to talk about some stuff with you guys, man.
Fuck yeah. Thank you. Well, I actually have nothing. Just kidding. Austin.
I have things to talk about. Volcanoes.
Volcanoes. Why
Lots
volcanoes?
of them are blowing up.
Yes.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Wait. Are there more than what's been
There's
going on
one.
in Hawaii?
Oh shoot. Want to say Guadalajara? There's another
Yeah.
volcano that happened.
It's actually, and then right outside Moana,
Indonesia, maybe
actually.
that's what it's in.
There's one in Indonesia. What?
Possibly.
Possibly.
I read it in an
How's this
article
possible?
earlier. So I was
Is it-
reading about
is
the
it
one.
starting
I was
to
reading about the
react?
one in Hawaii,
Okay.
which started having another huge eruption, blowing up more homes, killing more people.
That's
since
terrible.
May 3rd. So it's been blowing up since May 3rd, which begs the question: does planet Earth hate us?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fucking question.
Oh,
Have we ever treated
Honestly.
her well?
Honestly,
Huh.
but no, it's something, especially here in the Northwest.
Are we just
have-
using it wrong?
It's
We're just
probably
using
Elon
it
Musk's
wrong.
fault fucking around in the underground, dude. Guaranteed.
Dude, tungsten rods being shot from space. The fuck-
Yeah, but I mean, does your car hate you, or do you just not take care of it? You just drive it wrong. I mean,
Both.
you know, it's both. Maybe the planet fucking hates us,
I
and
mean, the
maybe we're
planet's
also
living.
just doing terrible with it.
It
but-
has feelings, you know. Your
Yeah,
car
you
doesn't
guys heard
have
about that
feelings.
study with the plant and shit when the kids are talking mean to the plant and the plant doesn't grow and the kids go and compliment
What?
the other plant, the plant
Yeah,
doesn't.
living
Austin,
organisms,
you,
man.
Come on, you've heard about this. Don't play dumb.
Okay, it's in Guatemala. Not Guadalajara, Guatemala. I was close.
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Was struck by a volcano.
Oh, Guatemala. Okay, no, I still don't.
Yeah, you
I
still know.
don't recall.
That's
But,
okay.
all right.
Most people outside of the U.S. probably would not know.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I think
We
it
have a
just
volcano
shows
by
we are
us.
small.
We have a
We are
volcano
small.
by us. It's actually
Dude, we have multiple.
Yeah.
we're
mountains.
yeah.
Mountains are
We're
volcanoes.
surrounded by-
More than one.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's fine.
Good reminder that you're insignificant. We are mites
Yep.
on the ball sack of Earth, and if there's gonna be an eradication, the ball sack will live, but we may perish and come back as
Yeah.
more pestilent creatures throwing stones and rocks. But it's good. It
Who
reminds me to like at least we just try and be ever forward and living every day.
Yeah, enjoy the moment,
God
man.
damn.
It's really I don't mean to get so deep in there so quick, but do you think that I mean,
I like to get
How-
way deep.
yeah.
Balls deep. 7
Swilldabeast
C's.
loves to go fucking deep. We don't have balls deep actually. Everyone out there is listening.
We talked about that last time, right?
Yeah.
It did. Yeah, balls deep being the beer.
Episode something ago. Yeah.
Okay.
But
But
we are-
everyone's on the same page.
Continue on being balls deep in life.
Yeah, we could be going deep here. Are we from? I mean, like, I think of us as really earthly. You know what I mean? Like, you know, from dust. You know what I mean? People think about the Big Bang. Well, you know, all sorts of theories. But are we meant for
did humans
Earth?
come to be?
Are we part of Earth? You know, I mean, like, really, we're.
Well, I mean, I think if it's in terms of matter of opinion and ideal, I don't think we are.
You don't think we are?
No.
So do you think we? I mean, we're getting deep real quick here. I mean,
Well, I mean, it just seems like because we've seen like I mean, dolphins are smart, and we've
dolphins are
seen
smart as
how
fuck. We talked about that before.
like
They're only dolphins that fuck for
gorillas
pleasure. We
and
talked about that
sheeps-
last time. And Swilldabeast fucks for pleasure too. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the only other
Point that
human
out.
alive.
The
that
only
does
other
pleasure.
human.
Everybody.
Everyone else does do it. We're doing it for we're doing it for a job. You know, it's to get something done. I mean,
But it's like primates, and there's very few, you know, like I would say animals, mammals, anything that is not human. There's very few that have that cognitive function. Granted, it does happen. I mean, gorillas and chimps and baboons and all those are able to do sign language. They figure problems out. Dolphins
Yeah.
are fucking smart as hell. Same with the
Yeah.
cephalopods.
Yeah, but they don't have fucking thumbs, and they can't fucking do it the.
Well,
fuck
here's
they
what
do.
I-
They
that's
can't
what I'm
invent
saying, is
shit.
like-
Motherfuckers can't even jerk themselves up, man.
Yeah, that-
Fuck.
yeah.
Here we
sucks.
are being so
Fuck.
smart, and yet we're like the people of Wally. We're dumb and ignorant and fat.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I'm not
Well,
I'm
letting
not
tech-
telling
our
anybody to
invention
derive from
take
our
over us.
podcast, but I think for
Yeah.
how open-minded or just like knowledge-seeking we are, listening to Joe Rogan, I love some of the way he talks.
The best.
And
Yeah.
he said it the best, dude. He's
Yeah.
just similar. He's sitting there talking about. He's like, dude, we know things that like are problems, like whether people are getting fat. They know the way to fucking fix it, like pollution, chemical. Like we know all the solutions, and we're just lazy about
You
it.
see, dude-
We're being dumb about
We
it.
like to
I
be
agree.
dumb though.
Yeah,
I mean,
We-
that's-
of course,
yeah.
we're humans.
I'm sitting here
Yeah.
thinking, all right, we're talking about getting deep, and then it's balls deep, and we're talking about
It's like
volcanoes.
getting
I'm
deep.
like, why have guys not been naming their members after volcanoes? Because it all just makes sense. It would explode
Yeah.
out there in
No
Hawaii.
kidding.
It's
Oh my
volcanoes.
God.
Yeah.
It's
Are you
brilliant.
deciphering ancient code right now?
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
but-
there's not a name for mine, so that's why we haven't named them.
It can't be named. The unnameable. It's like, thou must not be said.
Right.
Code to be found out in
send
many
in
years.
names for Swilldabeast.
Send
Yeah,
names
yeah,
to
Let's
the
see what
bees.
comes in. Please send them in. Yeah.
Yes,
By the
anything.
way, you can tag us on Facebook at PackX Podcast. By the way,
Mount
at
Kilimanjaro.
PackX Podcast, and yes, what are some names we have for us? Good Swilldabeast here. But I did want to touch back on Joe Rogan, dude. I agree. Do you guys listen? Everyone like said you guys all listen to Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, fuck yeah, I agree too. But I think with podcasts and with audio, at least with no visual, even when you watch his YouTube videos with the podcast, where Joe Rogan is good is Joe Rogan works. He's built himself. What you were talking about the other day, Austin, he's self-made. He is his brand. No one can fire him. He doesn't represent any company, any movement, and not only does he not represent that, that's got to be so fucking hard to become as big as he has and avoid that shit. And if he hasn't avoided that shit and he is pushing something undercover, then he's really fucking good at it. If he is.
Yeah.
But mainly where I really like what thing about Joe, dude, is that when he has anyone who he's interviewing, he plays the court, he plays the ball to where the majority of whoever is listening, the majority of like the public usually, is what they're thinking or what they want to say to whoever's being interviewed. And so he kind of just knows what everyone wants to hear,
Yeah.
and will challenge them on that, and he says the basic stuff. So when you get in an argument in your head about a conspiracy and you're like wondering if it's real or something, you actually have this second person in your head who you're talking to, and that's called the conscience of society. It's like, no, this is how it is. Joe will take that out, and he challenges it, and I think people fucking love that shit. I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, and he brings those people on, dude. Like, there's people that he's brought on his show that have just talked mad shit about him or just called him an idiot, and he's just like, cool, come say it to my face, and he has conversations.
Yeah.
And I respect that too, because when he's wrong or he like learns something, he's like, you're right.
That's the
I
main
did not know
thing,
that,
dude.
and that makes it human.
That's
because
the
we live in a
biggest part,
society
yeah.
where people like to be,
Being
keyboard
open-minded.
warriors, and they like to say like, jump on causes, and they don't like to show their face and don't like to fucking talk about it and come to that middle ground of like, okay, I learned something. Like, even if
Yeah.
you're not right or wrong, like, I learned something. You can respect that. Like,
Yeah.
you don't like to be in that. There has to be a
absolutely.
winner and a loser, because that's America. That's
We
America. God damn it.
we talked about that, man, about what we think being smart is being open-minded. And Joe just said this on two episodes ago, 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't know. He had on Candace Owens, I think, and he said she like was on this opinion about, and she was so stern about it. And it was about global warming, actually. She's like, no, I don't believe in it. He's like, how do you not believe? It's not that you don't believe in something. He goes, so after like them rambling for 30 minutes, the conclusion he's trying to just get her to admit, she's like, well, what do you expect me to say, that I do or that this? She's like, no, I expect you to say that you don't know if you don't know. He goes, that's so important to do, he goes, he said this word for word on his podcast. He said the most important thing to do is to know when to say you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I think that's what Joe does. And that's why we all follow him with blind truth and blind
you don't
trust.
Know, so it's not true.
Yeah, that's why we listen to Joe, because we're like, yeah, because he goes and he does that to people who don't have it done to them, I think, on the spot.
He gets
You know what I
people
mean?
talking about him, and it's one of those things where it's like, whether someone's saying good about you or bad about you, they're talking about you, and you're being the subject of conversation, and your voice is getting out there, and people may feel the need to challenge you, and then again, that's just one more person talking about you and getting what you're saying spread out there.
Yeah, it turns into almost a snowball effect. Joe's been fucking killing it, dude. I am
Dude, Joe, we like you, man.
Yeah, I will
If you're
say.
listening, yeah.
We're sort
We're all
of jerking
big
your
fans.
dick right now,
Yeah, no
because I
kidding.
will, but
It's
we
fucking
like
struggling.
you.
Why don't you come over here? We'll give you a hand job. There's 4 or 5. I don't know. We have a dog too. We shit can get real weird.
Put peanut butter on your dick, dude.
Jesus.
Good time.
Okay.
Easy.
All right.
Easy peasy.
Oh my goodness. Yep, that's how that goes. But yeah.
But yeah, back to volcanoes.
Back to
back to that.
Yeah.
Let's circle jerk
Anyways.
backwards to that.
Yeah, back to the volcanoes there.
That's an awesome fucking story, kid. That's
So fucking good at it now. You're getting
Dude,
so much better.
I'm trying.
You are.
How much? You didn't even.
Maybe you can do hand signals like you learned.
Maybe we
in
can
the
like
military,
memorize
so
some.
we can
Yeah,
know that.
I could be like oh here comes
You need the little like MIDI pad, so you can just you have each one assigned, and you just hit it real quick, and then it just comes out.
Wait.
Hit it real quick and
What?
it comes out. That's usually what happens.
No, there's like those.
He's always messing with me. Shoot him the bird.
Yes, give him the finger.
Oh, God.
They got those MIDI
I'm
pads.
sorry.
I think we
Hook it
should
straight
almost
I'm
up,
not
make
man.
our own soundboard.
I'm terrible now. I'm sorry, everyone. That was terrible.
No, dude, it's all good. You're practicing.
Yeah, I'm working on it. But guys, what else is going out there? Who did something epic here in the Pacific Northwest? What's going on? Austin, what'd you do?
I went hiking again. I'm addicted to it. It's my
You hiking
de-stress.
again?
Yeah, Mount Rainier's opening up a lot. So a lot of like wintertime's a good time to hike, but as you start to get into February, March, and April, not only is there a lot of snow, but it stays cold. And it stays pretty
True
cold
that.
at higher elevations up until about July or August. So a lot of the hikes I like to do, where my Kia Soul's accessible, which is not very accessible, open up like May, June, July. But so I got out of a place called Green Lake, which is super fucking easy. Green Lake's at the base
Is
of
that the
Mount-
place that you went to last?
No,
time
I went
we
to
were,
I went
last
to I went to
episode?
Mowich Lake last time.
What is it?
Mowich?
Mowich?
Yeah. So basically, it's similar. It's literally on the same road, different cutoff. Awesome.
Mhm.
Mount Rainier's like Jurassic Park. I mean, there's plants and
Fuck
trees
yeah,
that
dude.
are fucking wider than you are tall. You think about.
You
I'm
go
always
hiking,
out there
you go
walking.
hiking a lot.
Yeah, I
Like
love
a
it.
fuck ton, dude.
I
No,
love
really.
it,
Like
dude.
how often? How many hours do you think you spend a week hiking?
Well, last year I did over 500 miles.
Wow.
Last year?
During the summertime.
During the summer?
So from,
Just the summertime?
from May to about end of October.
Fuck
The last
yeah.
hike I did was
I'm
in
never
November.
bitching about anything in the outdoors in front of you ever again.
Oh fuck no! It's incredible.
I just think back to our what was that 4-mile hike straight up or whatever, where the incline was
You and
like
I have done some
something
gnarly hikes.
outside?
Me and Moose. Me and Nick have done some gnarly hikes.
and the worst part was we went in all right, we're gonna do this hike. You have your game plan, and then we show up, it's closed. We're like, oh crap. We look around the corner. They're like, oh, these other trails are here. They're cool. 3 miles or whatever. We're like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
And the whole time, just uphill battle the entire way. How much further can it be?
Yeah, we
Just
completely
struggling.
overestimated it.
Prepare your hikes, people. That's all I can say.
Underestimated.
If I give advice, know where you're going, know what you're getting yourself into. Look at the elevation gain because
True that, dude.
that matters.
you and I have completely underestimated some spots, and then we just went for it like completely uphill, destroyed ourselves, and we were like, oh well, we're stuck. Kind of, we have to go the same amount back. We're fucking tired.
We gotta
Sun's
go back
going
down.
Yeah.
All that shit. That's the thrill of it, though, man. I love fucking getting out in the wild.
That's a good time
Oh,
for sure.
dude.
It's good. Swilly, what'd you do this weekend?
This weekend, that's a good fucking question, man. Went by so quick.
Do you remember?
Partially.
It was the Mariners game.
Oh
Sunday.
yeah, I went to the M's game, dude. That was
Fucking
fun.
Mariners.
hell
Let's
yeah.
give it. Hey, hold on. Fucking Mariners. I am so pumped. I have to give a big shout out. Pac X is giving it. I want to give the Mariners such a shout out from Pac X. I fucking love the Mariners. I have loved the Mariners, and people were dissing me and dissing the Mariners. Just like, dude, like 6 months ago, I was like, no, dude, this the year. No, dude, the Mariners gonna get
It's
it.
the year.
They're
Send
fucking
tickets.
amazing.
We'll attend. We'll
And
talk about it.
I know at least 3 people. I'll not name them, but 3 people who were dissing me for it. Who now I can see, like scrolling through
bandwagon.
a little bit. Yeah, bandwagon. I'm like, that's fucking right. We're right now. We have 22 losses. We're 3rd best.
Third best,
You
and then
talk-
second
you
in
talk
our
about the
league.
losses
Second in
and
our
third
league.
best.
Whoa.
So they played Houston, or who's the last team they just played?
Dude.
Hey,
Last
you were there.
series.
Who was it?
I
Yeah,
was-
anyway,
we played Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the Devil Rays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
and
right.
they won that series.
Yeah.
God,
Now
how'd they do
actually
tonight?
they've won like some. I don't want to say 17, but it's a double-digit high number at home. They've been on a consistent win streak.
Yes,
at
they
home.
have. Dude, Paxton's no hitter. Oh my God. Seager hit a 3-point home run at the beginning on the first inning today.
Oh,
I'm looking up right now. I'm
Yeah,
checking my phone to
we're
see
top
how
of
they're
our
doing.
division.
7-1, we win against the Astros today.
There
Fuck
we go.
yeah.
And that game was insane, dude. 13
Yeah.
innings. It was a
Oh,
fucking
fuck.
long-ass
Was it?
game.
Okay.
So we went with all the homies, did our thing, and it was fucking super shitty at first because we were in the highest seats as far back as you could go in the damn stadium.
Yeah.
And then coming about like the 7th inning, we got front row on third base. And
Right,
we're
because
just
everyone's
chilling.
clearing.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, fuck this, we're not going to stay till the end. So we're like, swooped in on some seats, and it was a badass time, dude. I had a lot of fun.
Hell yeah!
Fuck yeah,
That's
dude.
what's up. That's
Fuck
a come
yeah.
up right there.
Yeah,
Jeez.
seriously, we played for 13, so we get there, fucking car barn in the parking garage, we go over to Pyramid, and we're chilling at Pyramid, and then we get inside, $13 seats, right? We bought $13 seats and probably ended up sitting in like probably $80 seats, $90 seats.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
man!
And that's the way you gotta do it. You gotta, just
wait
chill
them
in the
out,
fucking
dude.
beer garden until everyone leaves, and then you have your picking seats.
Yeah,
That's the proper way to
exactly.
do it.
That's smart man move.
Nice.
Especially this just shows they're all fucking pussies. You can't if you're not a diehard fan. And you're just,
I don't know. Why are you gonna win a game and then fucking bitch out halfway through?
I agree,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
if you're saying like, "Oh, this will be fun to go to." Unless you want to slap it on your Instagram story, don't even fucking step foot in the stadium.
Yeah.
Just stay at home taking your whipped Pinnacle vodka shots and just being
I don't know,
shitty.
man. How is the life in the stadiums nowadays? I mean,
It's
really,
what the experience, dude.
sports
Like,
going on?
he
I mean,
did, dude.
like
Yeah.
He had fun the entire
That's-
fucking time.
that's-
It's
until I
13
left.
endings.
Until you that's the thing. I think people. I
We
feel like
left at
people are
like
veering away from the TV.
11:45. The game started at 7:10.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mariners
dude.
are fucking going up.
They're
dude. I
going,
fucking
man.
love it.
It's-
I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's an Instagram thing, like you said. Though people go, they take the picture of them
Oh,
like
is that the
holding a
game?
beer in M's gear at the game, and then like you talk to them the next day, and they're like,
I
"Oh
didn't
yeah, I
say
don't
it.
know if we won or not." And it's like, why were you even at the game? Just
Exactly.
like
How's
post
the
the
experience
pic.
if you don't
Yeah.
see the end? It's like
Well,
going,
it's
like going to a movie and being like an hour into the movie and be like, I don't really care to see the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. Selfie. Yeah, big selfie.
I'm at the Avengers. Ah,
Not
happens.
even watching. Pass out 10 minutes.
Yeah,
later.
saw it first night. It was
Phone
out.
rings like 10 times while you're sleeping. Oh. fuck.
I
Well,
actually
he
did
likes
that.
I'm getting
Yeah.
some fat dude.
Yeah.
Popcorn's like, I really like this. Get out.
Yeah, dude, I want to say that I feel like Washington State though is like we need the Mariners to kick ass, dude, because I feel
We
like
need something.
I feel like Washington we're just dying right now. Everything's getting taken away. Like, we find out our mayor's like a fucking sex dude, and like Amazon dips, and like that everyone remembers Boeing leaving all of a sudden, and it's like, no, but they're still here, and like all this crazy shit that's going on, dude, up in Washington. And I feel like we need, you know, the just what happened to
Hockey team.
Sherman leaving, people who were only like Sherman on the Seahawks, but like had no fucking clue anything about football or the Seahawks. Like, no, now. Yeah. Then we had we had the Sonics taken away. We need the Mariners to step up and give us something to run with up here in the Northwest, man.
Dude,
we need them.
This is Washington, and here's what. So briefly touching on Sherman leaving. You know, this is something they talked about from last season. They talked about the Seahawks need to start rebuilding. Especially because you have fucking Russell Wilson and you have strong characters on the team. But
Petey
you also
knows
have
what he's
people
doing.
that are petering out or just aren't doing well. And you know what? Sherman did well when Earl Thomas and all those people were playing, and then a bunch of people got hurt last year. And so it started to really fall apart. And those people,
Our defense
not
got
saying they
hurt.
lost faith, but they're athletes. They're looking for teams to play with that are synergized and better opportunities. So it only gives us a better opportunity to build something around Russell. Dude, we got to work on our offensive line. We got to work on our defense.
Yeah.
Like, we got to work on some things. But that's how the Seahawks have been. I mean, dude, there's like Matt Hasselbeck and a bunch of has-beens.
Dude,
They were great, but we were a has-been team. And then Russell Wilson, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, fucking, goddamn, why am I forgetting his name? Plays for Oakland now. Marshawn Lynch, there we
Marshawn
go.
Lynch, yeah.
All these people came on, and it
Yeah.
just was like, this surge was just like, holy shit, we're badasses.
Yeah.
And it was just, everyone was just like, yeah, everybody took their lawn chairs and just threw them in their neighbor's yard and were like,
People getting Seahawk
"Ah!"
tattoos. Do you remember that scene? That I've never
Dude,
seen
you
Seahawk
couldn't
tattoos
go anywhere
everywhere.
without seeing 12th man
Oh,
stuff.
no.
And
Fuck
it was
no.
awesome.
Everywhere.
I was like, yes.
During games, the fucking Washington State was dead. I loved it. You go out on the roads, tumbleweed. I'm like, we don't even have tumbleweeds, and I just saw a fucking tumbleweed on like a Sunday Seahawks game.
It'd be raining and you're just like, thank God there's no one's on the roads. Oh, there's a Seahawks game today. Yes.
Yeah, but dude, like you're saying, like you were saying earlier, Moose, about the Mariners, like, dude, it's easy with football because it's once a week, and so
Yeah.
it's easy
Baseball
for
is so hard. to follow,
everyone
'cause
can
you play-
gather around. They can gather around for the game. We get ready for it. It's Sunday. We plan for it. Same with the team. They have their break off. They play without any pads. They rehearse, and they have a hitting day. Then they go and they do it. They have a day of travel sometimes, and that's the way that society in America can go by too. Like a football team kind of operates like people in America. You know, we do it this way, this day, and then we have this day off, and then with game day this day, our Friday. With Mariners, dude, it's just go. It's just baseball every day. I can't even keep up with what day of the fucking week it is, dude. Like, I can't stay with anything there for the Mariners. So I'm a diehard Mariners fan. So I can recap tons of players, tons of plays, tons of stories about games this year. If you're there's probably 100 things too you could ask me, and off the top of my head, I'm not gonna be able to tell you. That's just baseball, man. It's so hard to keep
And
up.
you can't,
how much
I guess
want
maybe
to.
you could look at that to be how much football is built up. I mean, dude, it's a lot of money. Football season's a lot of money. One of my favorite
Football's
things to watch.
great to watch, though. Baseball's
football,
great to
dude.
like stay
I love the
up
pro
with.
season, but I love college football. Those guys fucking throw their hearts out, and you see some of the best games. Rivalry games in college football.
Yeah,
Are you
I agree,
kidding me?
I agree.
You ever
Yeah.
seen like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
Mid-East
agree.
and Midwest, like Bama and the
Yeah.
Sooners and all
Those
that?
are-
It's
those are
fucking a
incredible.
blood battle, and it's like these athletes are competing to get in the draft, so they're putting it all out.
I've seen some bowls better than the Super Bowl.
And it's so
College
I mean, it's not downing it, but like when football has all that money and it's like every week this happens, whereas you have baseball where they play multiple games within a week, you can see why it dies off because like, oh, I watched a game or two this week. I don't need to watch the rest. But then you have those diehard fans that want to know.
And it's slow going too, though. Like with baseball, it's like, all right, the next batter's up, and it's a ball. And then like football, it's like they're out on the field, you're watching it, it's going. Like there's constantly, if
It's
there's a
easy
play
to not know what's
of
going
something
on, but
going
being
on,
entertained.
I would
at
say-
every second.
Yeah.
Baseball is much harder to play than football.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually physically
not
impossible. What they do? No, like according
it's not
to
as physical
science,
as football.
they say
like,
hitting a fastball,
it's way
like
more
a 97
technical.
mile per hour
Okay,
fastball,
more
should be
difficult.
impossible.
it's way more technical.
Okay, it's
And
more.
you can't
okay.
argue that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I mean, from every
Well, I don't know, man.
I say
Football's
from every aspect because I mean, footballs have plays. That
yeah,
are
dude.
dependent on
Some of these
certain
plays,
people.
dude, they remind me of
Baseball's
baseball,
like
dude.
you throw a
And they have
pitch,
way more
like,
things
go
to
ahead.
remember.
Russell Wilson did that Yankee shit that he throws where he like fits in a. He's this tiny ass guy about to get mauled by some defense all the time. I like shit my pants. Like he's gonna die. Like I get so scared that Russell's just gonna get fucking killed. And then he just, and he throws it, and it flawlessly will just glide through this little tiny zone right into a receiver's hands, who's just booking it, dude. I swear they're running like 50 miles an hour. By
and
the
how
time
many
I look
plays
at
do
them.
they have to remember?
It's beautiful.
Like,
and dude, sometimes when they have
there's
to
so
fit
many.
a foot, a toe. Yeah, how many things they have to
look at
remember how to
pitchers.
carry.
Yeah.
when
Look
they
at
fit
pitchers,
a,
dude.
when they fit a toe, the form into, and they can like catch the ball, and they, dude, I swear, like their brains can operate in the slow mo version that we see through the fucking TV. Where I'm like, how did they recap and know what to do that many
baseball
times?
pitchers and outfielders. I mean, when a dude's chasing a home run, trying to
agree.
snag it, dude, you think he's thinking about the fucking fence? No, how many home run snags do you see where they literally full speed blast into that
Yeah.
Face
wall?
going
True.
right into
And they
the
still
wall.
have it.
Everyone in football though has a role to do every play.
There's very
Dude,
few
you know how many
football
times-
catches where if somebody were to run full speed into a wall that they would still hold on to the ball. That's all
true.
I'm
But
saying.
they don't have a small ball that catching in a mitt. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But
Dude, it's a
regardless, they're
wall,
all
though.
athletes, though.
You
These
have
guys
humans, but this is
are
a
like
straight
the
up
peak,
wall.
though. Like they're the best that there
That's
is
true.
at
They're-
what they
they're-
do,
yeah.
and like
They
just
are.
what they do, no
Supposed to
matter
be.
what.
Maybe
Baseball
that's
or
what we
football is
transition to.
impressive.
Athletes are just incredible.
Yeah.
Their amount of, I mean, you look
Yeah.
at the NBA playoffs right now.
Ugh.
Granted,
Oh.
like,
Jeez.
stoked for the Warriors. Not because I dislike the Cavs, but dude, NBA has been one of the funnest sports to watch in the past 3 years.
It's been
because
exciting.
It has been.
It went
Yeah.
from a level of like you had LeBron James and like good players to now where like these, whether you want to talk about older players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, even Tim Duncan's still playing, but they started to set a standard of like this is what high quality athletes in basketball are, and
Yeah.
now there's so many players that are like that. I mean, dude, in the NBA Finals, there was four different teams that had 4 rookies that were putting up major points. You had Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz. And
I love it when
that's
rookies come and
crazy.
kill it, dude. I'm not a
How
big
many fucking
NBA
rookies
guy.
do you see in other sports that like make their teams go to a finals?
So-
it's very
No,
different.
So
Yeah.
who's killing it right now? Who's like who do you think's just gonna fucking take it all the way?
Well,
out?
dude, LeBron James
I mean,
by far.
Yeah, he's just a beast. But there's a lot of
He's like
conspiracy
one
going
man
on.
backpacking his whole entire team.
One man army.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even Tom
straight
Brady
up.
commented and said he's like, you should check to see if the refs are being bribed because
Dude,
this
Joe
stuff's
Rogan
getting
and Dana White
ridiculous.
talked about if LeBron James came into the UFC with the same mentality, he'd probably be the scariest fighter.
Oh,
to ever
dude,
have.
that'd be so fun. That'd be
He spends the
amazing.
entire time on the court and he's going hard the entire time.
Dude, he's been so proficient. Like, I mean, regardless of other people putting up like records and stats, you look at what he's done compared to other greats like Kobe, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson. Like, he is up there and surpassed most of them, and he's in his 30s, and that's because he's just so laser focused on even when he loses, he just still focuses on what can I do to be better and to get a win. And and especially, dude,
totally.
Watching these games, these guys are all focused. I mean, and they're definitely dirty. I mean, NBA is actually physical when you watch.
They get hit a lot, dude, but there's so much pressure, dude. I honestly think
There's a
that,
lot
like,
of flops too, though.
Oh,
of course, but
Harden, the
of
greatest
course,
flopper
they're always gonna be.
ever.
But then again, dude, I imagine the NFL and the way we have it here in the United States is like the equivalent of Rome and its gladiators.
Oh,
and back
hell
then,
yeah.
for entertainment, because back then they were effing killing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus, touchdown, no touchdown, and whatnot.
But that's like doesn't need to be there, wants to be there. Like he doesn't have to be on that court doing that. Like he's made enough money, he's set up, like he wants to be there. He wants to
Oh,
be the
yeah,
best.
dude.
He's pushing himself.
Oh yeah.
Like it's unbelievable.
And that's definitely, I think, a separation where people playing for the money, where people play for the passion, and the money comes. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was the standard from the get-go. I don't know. I think there's very similar to that in the NBA because there's money in the NBA, but I also think it's easier to make your self-worth in the NBA, where I feel in terms of football, it really depends on the college you go to and how you get looked at, honestly.
Absolutely. You gotta be on a good team to really get
So it's
noticed.
like, I know, like when you look through the NBA drafts and whatnot, but just because my brother played college football, like there's a lot of great football players that played at his college, but it was Idaho State College, not Boise State College, and that's a big division gap, and that's a like in terms of how you get looked at, and I think that's one of the things is like when you don't take that wide spectrum. Whereas, I mean, dude, J.R. Smith on the Cavs, and the dude's all tatted up. I'm not sure if he's a gang member, but there's like he throws up the blood sign all the time.
Yeah.
Like he definitely looks like somebody that came from the the ghetto, just built himself up on one thing, playing basketball well.
Fuck
and he did it. Here he is playing professional basketball, making money.
And everyone loves to hear stories like that, man. And that's
yeah,
honestly what keeps everyone going. You can do this. You can do that. You can do whatever you want. Growing up, hey, I can do that and I can get big. You know, I almost hate to bust everyone's balls, but it's like, that's not the truth. You gotta be fucking good at something. You have to have some fucking genes. You gotta be fucking good at it. You gotta be dedicated. You gotta start at it young. You don't just, I happen to be good at this. I happen to just get famous from. It doesn't fucking work like that, man. You either get put into it young, or you find your niche young, or I don't know. I get disappointed when I see these kids in like 5th and 6th grade. It's like, you can do whatever you want. It's like, dude, if you don't have it figured out yet, you're fucked.
It sounds like the
like you're already not finding it out until you're 25
like,
or 30.
You just gotta have the mentality for it. But it's there was a conversation Joe Rogan was having with somebody, and he said rich kids are fucked, dude. They're fucked.
So fucked.
And in this person sort of asking, he's like, dude, they have no idea what it is like to be like a self-made man. I mean, and he goes and he says, they have a backup trust for their backup trust for a backup for another backup. They have no idea what it is to be a self-made man. And then he goes to say, like, show me the son of a great man. And like, thinking about that quote, where like somebody that works fucking hard and makes their point in life and makes themselves like who they are, and they teach that to their kid. That kid is always somebody through adversity or whatnot. Like,
fuck yeah, dude.
Like, whether they get believed in or not, it's just something that they've been taught, and they're just like, I know if I push through this and keep it going, like, I'm just going to be all right, or I'm going to make something of myself. And so it definitely comes to the mentality, because that's been shown, whether it's sports, whether it's business, whether it's, science, mathematics, authors, painters, like, some of the greatest people just give the fucking ability to not give up and not give a fuck what other people think.
I agree,
or their
man.
circumstances.
And it's those people that keep us going, honestly, and it's a catch-22, because those people is what gives us hope and helps us accept that we are actually in like a slavery system way of life, with the way we've integrated people, business, government, and how we're making business more important than people and government more important than people, and we're combining government and business, where we're starting to get trapped. And people like that who kick ass and do that give us hope and make us think that we can do that any day, and it can happen anytime, any day, if we keep working hard.
There's way too much like status in like what you do and who you are.
Too many suits. Man.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
my dad would always tell me, he's like,
ego.
I don't want to be known for what I did. I want to be known for the man that I was. I wanted to be known that I was a good father, good husband, a good son. Like that's like the mentality I carry. I want to be known for like who I am, not like what I do. That's not what it's about.
Accomplishments per se,
Yeah, accomplished. Yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
if you like this and he did that, that's fine. But how about this? He accomplished this, or I see what you're saying. Yeah.
A bright light, not like the candle holding the
You
light.
might not have had $1 million, but man, would I love to see him hang out with that guy. He's
Exactly.
an awesome
True
human
that.
being.
Yeah.
I think
His
a lot
presence
of
is worth more than that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of, I hope and I think, I definitely think that a lot of men out there, especially guys our age, feel that same way. Yep.
I don't know, dude. I feel quite the opposite. Like, a lot of motherfuckers I know, they're like, oh, I can't wait to have my Ferrari, and I'm just like, thinking to myself,
true.
Like,
There's
you
all
can't
the
take it with
items.
you, dude. Like, cool.
Yeah.
It might be cool to have a Ferrari, sure.
It's just stuff, man.
It's
Like at the
just-
end of the day, like, do you go home
What did
and you're
you do
like
to get that
happy
Ferrari?
and like,
Screwed over 30 of your homies to get that Ferrari? Sick, dude.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Really
It's all
happy.
about
to
Whose
get that
whose
Ferrari.
ass did you kiss, or who did you fuck over?
Whose
to-
butthole you
to-
laid
to-
at?
rather forge
whatever.
forge strong relationships
You're
and like,
lucky.
be a part of something than like own something. It's
Yeah,
just so
I like you
much
said
more
about,
like power
about
to that.
forging relationships.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to tap right back to this, but we're at that time to take a break. This is Pacific Experience. You can tune in on pacificexperience.podbean.com. Tag us on Facebook at Pacific. Wait, what is it? It's what? At PackX Podcast. At PackX Podcast. We are taking a break, and we'll be right back with you. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And we're back. We're back in this Pacific
Ridiculous.
Experience. We're back from the break. We had a good break. We hope you had a good break. Or we hope you didn't have a good break and you just kept listening and there was no break. But thank you so much for tuning in.
So exciting. Like I said, last time I was this excited about something, she had a name, man.
Holy
Like this
shit.
is like a moment, like breaking the seal here. It's like losing my virginity all over again. You
Yeah,
know,
right?
Doing
It's
something
fun.
I haven't done before.
Right?
I like it.
Right?
Yeah,
Isn't
it's a
it?
good
Isn't
time.
it? Isn't it? Swilldabeast.
I don't know about you, but every time I feel like I lose my virginity.
That's a way to live
I'm
life.
drinking to that.
dude.
If you
All right,
forgot,
guys,
if you forgot,
Cheers
cheers
to
to
the
that.
mic.
But
Everybody's
we're also
down 'cause
looking
it's
for a
getting
name
loud.
for
Yeah.
Swilldabeast's member, so don't forget to submit those.
Yep, send it.
'Cause,
By the way,
on
to-
that note,
to get a hold of us, gosh, I gotta start spitting these out, not fucking it up. To get a hold of us, it is on Facebook at PackX Podcast, and you can send us an email to Pacific XPERIENCE at gmail.com. That's Pacific Experience without the E in Experience. Send us some information, pacificexperience at gmail.com. And what is it we want to hear? We want to hear some fucking nicknames
okay.
for Swilldabeast here.
Yeah.
So let's up
Yeah.
the stakes here. I'm gonna up the stakes here.
Oh, fuck.
For everyone that puts in a suggestion for my member, I will personally Venmo the best. We will all vote on the best, and whoever we agree on is the best, I'll Venmo him $20.
yeah. Oh wow.
That seems fair. You
the-
want to earn
the
$20?
best of what?
You want
Yeah.
the best? Whoever
best
comes
name.
up with the best name for my member, I will Venmo them $20.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is a contest,
Okay.
people,
Okay.
right
We're
here.
doing
It's
this.
like
Get
We'll
involved.
give shout outs.
Honest.
We'll give
Get
shout
involved.
outs.
I mean,
Shout outs.
$20 is $20.
You guys gotta- you guys
gotta.
Exactly.
You guys got to help me promote this. Then we got to get this out there. We got to get people listening. We got people sending this shit in. I want to see some shit.
Name
I want
the
to learn some
Swilldabeast.
shit.
Yeah,
and I want to
hashtag
discover some
name
funny ass
the
fucking
Swilldabeast.
Hashtag name the Swilldabeast.
Hashtag name the Swilldabeast. Okay, you guys heard it. Go to the PackX page or just do it on fucking Facebook. Make sure you tag PackX in there so we see it. Hashtag Swilldabeast. Yep. Well, Swilldabeast, you remember your first podcast? Do you remember your first time podcasting?
I don't remember my first time of a lot of things, but I do remember my first podcast.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
It's that memorable.
Uh,
I remember
Every
'cause
time's
we
the
were
first
talking
time.
about it, because it almost happened by accident.
It did.
I just happened
It
to
did.
come over.
Honestly, dude, the first 3 interviews that I did were just like, I was like, you know what, man? I'm thinking about a podcast. Like, I wasn't for sure. I was like, I'm thinking about a podcast. I'm just going to hit record when I'm hanging out with one of my buddies. And literally, it's like, as soon as they saw me hit record, they kind of knew. I was like, yeah.
I mean, we just
I'm
talk
asking you
anyway
questions.
when we
Yeah.
hang out. It's like
Exactly,
we just
exactly,
we're like,
exactly.
dude, what do you think about this? And then we'll just go off on some tangent and just
Yeah.
talk, just bro out. I mean, that's
Totally.
what it is.
That's exactly what it is. It's as simple as that. But I want to learn shit. I want to discover shit. I want to learn shit because I had a huge thing happen growing up. Is right in the last 2 years to be exact. I realized that holy shit, the world is not what I thought. And even though I've had that realization probably 7 or 8 times in my life, this last one was like, no, it's you don't know shit. You
Oh,
are
you don't know
nothing.
fucking
You're
shit.
very quick. You're a speck in time.
You didn't
You're
know
a quick,
fucking shit.
you are a flash just on the window, just real quick, a bug on the fucking window. So I want to learn what the fuck is going on. What the fuck is going on out there? What do you guys know that I don't know about that other people out there don't know about? What's going
I
on?
know that you probably don't know that I am on Twitter. I'm
on
on
Twitter?
Twitter quite often.
Are you?
So
You follow
all those that
PackX?
are, of course I do.
Oh,
All those that
boy.
are listening, you can follow me on Twitter
Fuck yeah.
at SwillIam024
SwillIam024.
on the tweet
420
game.
backwards if you don't understand what that's.
It could be, it could not be. You know?
I mean, it could be anything at
It
that
could be
point.
anything.
Yeah,
But so yeah, again,
that's a fun
tag.
fact.
Well,
name
ask
is
him
Swilldabeast.
questions. He's a very knowledgeable person. For those of you who
Who?
don't know, he's a man of color. Right now in this room, he's the only colored man.
Dreads, like,
Swilldabeast is
on
a smart
point.
guy. Swilldabeast always has it rocking it. I love Swilldabeast started rocking the dreads. Fucking
So
killing it. Austin here grew out his fucking hair.
This-
Nick, you dyed your hair not
this
too
is
long
just to
ago.
distract-
That wasn't long
That
ago. That
was
was like
a
So
long
if
ass
you
time
didn't
ago.
know, long hair is essentially like whiskers to an animal. It gives you a heightened sense. And you call me on my bullshit, look it up. There was
I
actually-
believe you.
That's
There's
crazy.
you
actually a
feel-
study done, I think this was like back in the 70s.
Okay.
They dropped two...
Everyone was fucking on fucking drugs and stuff. Just kidding. Keep going.
They dropped 2 guys out of the same tribe, an Indian tribe. One with his hair long, because, Indians grow out their hair, and they shaved the head of another guy. And they said they were able to find the guy with the shaved head within hours, but they couldn't find the guy with the long hair for days.
How many
I
studies?
mean, was he just a better hunter though? Like,
They're the same tribe, man. Maybe he was a better.
How many
hunter,
times
whatever.
did they do that though? Dude, the guy just got his head shaved. Bro, what the fuck, dude? I remember when I grew my hair out. It was about as long as Austin's. It was the last when we graduated fucking high school.
I
My
remember
hair was
that.
that long. There's 5 fucking pictures of it. Little, probably not as long. Little less. Maybe Austin's like, thank you. That's right.
There was
Not
a
as
nickname-
long, motherfucker.
There was
I
a
probably had
nickname we
like
had
3
for Lloyd,
inches
too
less.
because of his long hair.
Yeah, that's dude. And then when I had it shaved,
Shredded
even in the
gooch.
even just like going to the military right away, dude, I was lost. So of course, I mean, how many of those studies did they do too? But like Nick said, you know, what if one of them's just a better hider?
yeah, the other guy's
mean,
like
by
up there
coincidence,
even
no,
broke out the
it's
short
not
hair,
enough.
like using
For
it to
that to be a
hide.
proven fact, I need to see that test. Like, not see it. I need to hear about
like
it
1,000
like,
times.
I don't even, not even 1,000. Dude, I'll take 100 times. And if it's 70% of the time, they're like, "Yep, dudes with longer hair are fucking smarter
hide
or have
better."
more senses." Then I'm like, "Gotcha, okay." Honestly, dude, I felt like I couldn't hear shit or feel things, dude. I started having a really close kind of shave around the side of my head.
You can catch vibrations. It's whiskers, dude. I'm telling you.
That's
It's-
wild, man.
But does everyone's hair and does everyone? I don't know. I believe you, but does everyone have? I don't know that. I don't know shit about this. Anyone have that ability? Does everyone have that, or is that some
It's innate.
people's fucking hair happens to have that the whisker
it's-
sciences of a whisker behind it?
Would you not say, since you've grown your hair, that you feel more attuned to stuff going on around you? Because I 100% do.
I'd say I think it because you realize that one, it definitely. I mean, with temperature and things like that, you get used to like either having it like up and back. But I would say for out of my eyes and ears, it's almost like if you were blind or if you're deaf, and other senses get heightened. Like, dude, it's obnoxious when the shit gets in front of my face. But then when I'm like working out or I'm doing physical things, I get used to having it just dangle in front of my face like a mane and try to focus on things. So I don't know if I hear like sound of vibration, but I definitely
No, I'm not
feel.
saying like a
like,
an actual.
I can't hear you.
It's like
Take
an
your hair and
extension.
or a
stick it through the
hearing, but
fucking
I'm
door.
just feeling like you're more attuned to stuff going on around you.
Well, yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying is I feel I am because it's almost
Not
like
in a physical aspect.
no, but because it's a detriment. It's like when this shit's in your face or the shit is like over your ears. You're like, what? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I feel like-
you
I feel
get
like that
used to
distracts
the
me.
habit of like having it up and out of the way.
But I feel like it's a sail. You know how? I mean, the bigger your sail is, the more likely you are to feel the wind going
Dude, I
through.
just do this
That's
so
a good
people from
point.
high school don't
That's what I'm
recognize
So
me that
should
I
you
don't
also
wanna
grow out
talk
your
to.
ass hair and shit? I mean, does that make you more attuned?
Mine's already wild, dude.
I mean,
That's
I'm pretty
just
sure you
not
already
getting
expect
tan.
what's coming in there
You
or
wanna
going
keep
out of
pubic
there.
hair?
Like,
Yeah.
You want to keep your facial hair. And
You want to keep your pubic hair?
You want to keep your pubic
So
hair.
you? Oh,
Mason
I'm not
Iverson.
saying that I do.
oh,
Mason
I'm just saying-
Iverson.
jeez, fuck.
Freshman year of high school, I'm sitting next to him in class, biology class. When we had freshman biology, and I'm sitting there, and he is rubbing his groin like he's trying to fucking scratch a lottery ticket to winning numbers. And I was just like, holy shit, what's wrong with you, man? He's like, oh, dude, I just fresh shaved. I was like, fresh shaved what? He's like, my pubes. And I look at him like, why the fuck would you do that? And he looks at me and goes, why wouldn't you do that? And I'm morbid. And so I'm like, wait, am I weird for not fresh shaving my pubes? So then I shave my pubes, and it was the worst idea I've ever done. It took me one time to be like, yeah, dude, I'm French and Czechoslovakian. My hair grows like fucking ivy undergrowth and bramble bushes. There's no reason
Dude,
I
yeah.
should cut these out of my body.
the only reason I did was like, I remember, dude, it was like, you know, like 4 girlfriends in, you know, things are getting wild, and then like she literally is like, oh, you don't shave? And I'm like, is that like actually a thing? And she's like, yeah, I'd prefer it if you did. And I'm like, okay, whatever, like I'll try it out. And like she actually got in the shower with me and like shaved for me, dude. And like, if that's not the weirdest thing
Wait,
ever.
what?
Yeah, like I'm not kidding, dude. Like, yeah. Yeah, dude, weird. Like, and you know, and afterwards, I'm like, okay, whatever, this is chill. And then, like, you know, then after a while, you just kind of forget about it, and then like you move on, and then like you come across that girl that's
She
like,
shaved for you.
yeah, and then you
God
come across the
damn.
girl that's like, well, I shaved, why don't you? And you're like, I guess I could do that. Like
I just
that
get
one time in the
Yeah,
shower, I
yeah.
saw how it was done.
Like,
I could
guess.
probably recorrelate that,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
that's a
Just
lot of work. It's a lot
You
of
get
surface
paranoid for
area.
all the sensitive parts down there, and that
Yeah.
razor blade just slitting over my nutsack and
Oh
popping a
my
testy out.
Oh.
That's the thing.
Wrong,
You can't-
sir.
You
Wrong.
can't use.
It better be a
The-
cold shower.
Like, I would never use like a fucking razor. I always use the clippers, man.
Oh no, dude,
Because
razor
that
is
is way
straight.
more
Oh, so
protection.
you trim. That's alright.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think if you manscape,
I'm
that's
not-
okay.
not
I would-
doing
it's a
all
mixture of
million
both.
wax
It's
and
a mixture
I
of
just
both.
call them dick
There's
nooses.
some places that are sensitive, there's some places that are not.
When you
gotta
let
go
them
back
so
and
long that they choke a girl in her throat, they're called dick nooses. And I
Jesus.
just let them.
That's-
I let them be
okay.
wild.
I was thinking about
This
drinking my beers,
aggression
though.
will not stand, man.
it's
Oh.
just not,
That
you
is
know,
so funny.
whatever.
I'm
It's-
so-
It's allowed to get a little
I have
childish.
never heard this story, and I was hanging out. Mason's one of my best friends. I've never heard this story, and I was just hanging out with him the other day. So to hear this story and to know Mason, it's just absolutely priceless.
If you have not seen the meme where it's like shows a giraffe like sticking its head up over like the bush, like the bush in wherever Africa, and then you see the other one where it shows the giraffe and no bush, and it's like neck is really long. It's like this is why guys shave.
Oh,
Like, you know what I mean? It just
yeah.
makes it's more presentable.
It's more impressive.
You know, it's
Hell
like
no.
yeah, not trying to hide under the shrub.
I can understand, you know, if I'm trying to show off at the beach, I'm probably gonna wear a sleeveless shirt instead of a t-shirt. Yeah.
Oh no, dude! I've got curly belly hair, man. I look like a polar bear. In the summertime, a sweaty polar bear, just sheeny, hairy, just like a Greek, but not a Greek, and I just don't care.
What is your nationality?
I'm
Awesome.
English, French, and Czech.
Okay.
Probably a large portion Czech,
Okay.
because my hair is resilient, like the
Your
fucking
beard
Russian
is your
soil
beard is quite
that
spectacular.
They killed the
Yeah.
Germans on by burning it, and it's still coming back after years later. It's
Oh!
gnarly.
Someone's
Do it.
No,
Do your
no,
Russian
no,
accent. Do it. Tell me Russian stories. Like grandma.
I got nothing.
I can remember my brother. I must have been like 12 years old, but like it was when he started first getting like leg hair, and he's like, you know, you're a man when you have leg hair. And dude,
Chest hair.
I grow hair like you, Lloyd. Like I grow
Yeah.
thick, gnarly
I'm a hairy
hair.
fuck too.
So, yeah, you are. I
Yeah.
see. I go pee in your bathroom. I see all your fucking beard trimmings just everywhere. Like,
Oh, dude, I've
it
never
looks
u-
like
I've
an
never
ant
used that
infestation
restroom.
on your sink.
I've never used that restroom.
Somebody's trimming their face.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
It's not as it's not as facial hair trimmings in there. That's what it is.
oh, that is where I do my manscaping.
Yeah.
That's
I
where you
kind of
shave
set myself
in
up
the
that
sink.
way.
I literally, when I shave, like when I trim and shave my beard, I put like a Safeway plastic bag in the sink because my beard hairs are so thick.
Oh, yeah.
And there's so many.
Dude, you
They'll
got it growing out
clog
though, dude.
this
I
thing.
can't keep up with it. I gotta edge it and shit, dude.
Well, I have a job I
Fuck.
can't grow it out. I literally do it to hide from people from my hometown. I was serving at Narrows Brewing, and Nick Hodges comes up, and he's with some Tides Tavern servers
Yeah.
and some Gig Harbor Cougars. I mean, like classic Gig Harbor Cougars, like late 40s, big
What was
titties,
I?
low cut,
Classic
just sloshed
Harbor
off Pinot
Coug.
Grigio or Prosecco.
Yep.
And so he comes up to me, and this is another low point in my life because I've been forever known as Tanner Davis's younger brother, which is my older brother. He played football and sports, so that's
Yeah.
how I was known. And Nick Hodges, and if you listen to Nick Hodges, you know this motherfucker because you were drunk and you said it to me. But he's sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, I know you." And I was like, "Yeah, Scoot, I know you. You were in my brother's class." He goes, "Oh, you're Taylor Davis's older brother." And I literally wanted to go in the back and just Taylor Davis, my younger brother.
Yeah.
So I no longer have a name between people in classes at Gig Harbor High School. I'm
You're
either
a
Tanner
younger
Davis's
and older
younger brother or Taylor Davis's older brother.
How many brothers do you have though?
Blood, 2.
Okay.
Like blended family,
Yeah, blended family.
probably 4 or 5.
How many?
Friends.
I have 9
How many with the
siblings.
same last name?
I have, wait, no. 10 siblings.
Jeez,
Same
man.
last name?
2?
3.
3?
There's Tanner, Taylor, and my half brother James.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. That's
Oh.
what happens when you're Mormon.
I only know you as Austin.
You didn't like the sex.
You are you, man.
Very much.
Yeah.
Rap what?
Very
Raw
much.
dog lord
Yeah,
doesn't
dude,
count.
Mormon religion is crazy. It's
raw dog
it's
don't count.
founded off of fucking psychedelic, just drug-ridden beliefs, in my opinion. In a late time period of like the late 1800s and whatnot, where it was a big thing, especially when people were colonizing the U.S. We're out there fucking killing Indians, taking over land. People are wanting to create community, and a big thing was like you create a religion. Creating a religion, getting people to follow you, gets you followers. It
That's
builds
power,
you. It builds you a town. Yeah, you have people to fight for you.
Well, that's what humans want. You know,
It's like
we naturally
Instagram.
want that. We want hope. We want something to commit to follow, and have guidelines with, and everything. And
What about
that's
Genghis
why
Khan?
I question: are we really from here? Because it's like we have this whole we want to know what's after. Is there afterlife? We want to know the answers to all this. Where is Earth? What's really going on outside of us in space? All this shit. But if we're from Earth? And if Earth is so perfect for us, and the universe is so perfect, right? Because everything's perfect, right? Everything. That's what science says, right? That's what we learn in school. If everything was just a foot off, it wouldn't be what it is, right? Isn't that what we learned?
Yeah.
The way the universe is? If that's the way it is then, and if everything is perfect,
You ain't like a shit about the universe.
why is there such a big part that is not fulfilled in us?
Why? Because we're
Which
trying
is-
to make it.
Which is not necessarily ambition, but ambition towards like after.
Because we create this thing
Why
that
do we
where
not
we
know?
need a reward for just being good. Like, why is it?
Austin, that is a great answer
It's
to
like
my
it's,
question.
it's
Thank you.
now become an and I would say
It's a
this
great
even
answer.
in like business, but it's become an exceptional quality to treat your employees well. It's become an exceptional quality.
We're
just
lucky
have
to
a
have you. You're lucky
reputation.
to have
Yeah.
a job.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to where the normal work environment, I feel is like I'm giving you a job, like you owe me something, and meanwhile, like you're working to live. You are spending your time, your life, making them money. You're not building your own dream. You're not building anything for yourself.
Yeah, dude,
It's
companies
a
are
fucked
more
up
important
scenario.
than people now.
It's a fucked
Businesses
up
are more
scenario.
important than people.
It's stupid.
Companies
it's
are more
all
important
fucking
than people.
lie, and it was
Yeah.
because so many people were like, "Well, if you're not with them, you got to join them." I mean, it's
Well, people
it's
want to do that.
garbage.
They want to commit to a
It's
certain.
garbage.
They want to commit to a certain side when any conflict
It was
comes
just
down.
like in the
Yeah.
World War I, where they're like, "Don't use mustard gas," and then everybody started using mustard gas. So they were like, "Oh, if you're not with them, join them."
Because
Even
if
in-
you don't commit to a side and you're confused, you have to commit to a side. 'Cause if you don't commit to a side, people will decide
Yeah.
what side you are.
Even a
on
utopian
themselves.
society is still flawed. I'm reading a book about, a society basically where like the cloud turned into like this all-powerful being, which solved death, solved everything, made it so like you would basically live forever, and made it so humanity was like this amazing thing, and like
Holy
took
shit.
care of everything, and made it so every person had income whether they worked or not, and people were like driven basically to either work. And then the one thing that they call it the Thunderhead wouldn't do is kill people.
Thunderhead.
Kill people.
Huh.
So it left people in charge of killing people, but without bias. They're supposed to not kill without bias and this and that. But then there's the flaw because they start to enjoy killing and they become killers themselves. And the Thunderhead is not allowed to interact or intervene in any way because as its perfect being, it said, I cannot be a part of this. I have to separate myself completely. And it's like, in anything,
That's
there's always
fucking
going to be an error, a glitch,
Yeah.
something that's wrong, and it's like it
Believe
can't be
in the Matrix
fixed,
theory?
regardless.
Do you believe in the Matrix theory, where this is just a fucking simulation? A lot of fucking people
Sometimes
believe that
I
shit.
do.
If
And
it is, I'm
sometimes
enjoying the hell
How
out of
far
it.
down
like
the
deja
fucking
vu, man.
how far down the rabbit hole are all you motherfuckers? Have any of you guys taken the fucking the blue pill yet or the red pill yet?
I think
I'm
I
ready
think
for
Taking
it.
a few pills.
Yeah.
in my day.
Yeah, we're like, well, everyone can start to scratch their neck.
I'm ready
What
for
about
the
the
blue
yellow
pill.
one? And what
A
about
bunch
the
of
purple
plants.
one? You ready for the blue pill?
Yeah.
What was it again? The blue pill is
Just
go
like
go
mouse.
go with the Matrix or not go with
Just
it.
No,
yeah.
I think it's not go with it.
Oh,
Blue
the
pill?
shit. I'm ready
The
for
red
it.
pill's
red
the
pill's
one
taken.
that
the red
yeah,
pill.
you wake
Yeah,
up
red
for
is roll
real.
with it. Yeah.
It's like it's like that eye-opening experience I feel everyone has their first time they do like psychedelics or something.
Yeah.
It's like I took the red pill. I decided to broaden
You
my
have to
horizon.
accept it. Look at
You
it
have
in
to
the face. and
accept it.
accept what's going on.
And I mean, I've seen friends take like ketamine, for instance, and they like can barely like move.
Good old vitamin K.
They can
Or
barely
tranquilizer,
move, and
by
they're
the
like,
way.
oh.
yeah.
just
Yeah,
panting,
straight man boots.
like literally
Yeah.
trying to like get themselves into a sitting up position on the bed.
Yeah.
To and it's like, man, they just experienced something they've never experienced in their life, and it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
It's eye-opening.
Well,
Yeah, ketamine will show you.
Yeah.
I mean, on a small scale, after I got in my accident, I'm sitting in the hospital and
Glad to know you're doing good, by the way.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
doing.
Glad to know everything turned out all right. I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky to be here right now, to be on this podcast or anywhere for that matter.
If you're listening and you have a beer, put your beer up to that. We're putting that up. Swilly's here
Put it
with
up.
us
The
as
Swill.
we're all here, and
Swill.
Swilly's with us to drink with us and
Um,
join us on the podcast.
So, kind of backstory. About a month ago, I was in a pretty bad car wreck. I was knocked unconscious. My car was on fire, and an innocent bystander pulled me out of my car and called 911.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
Yeah, and so I got rushed to the ER. I wake up in the hospital with them trying to stitch my face back up. I had broken my nose, cracked a couple ribs, had some lacerations in my face, and like I said, this was about a month ago. And the insurance adjuster came by. My mom was dealing with that, and he had told my mom that he had not seen a wreck in 20 years of insurance adjusting where anyone in the vehicle, for a vehicle that bad, lived
Wow.
at all.
Wow.
And a month later, you couldn't even tell that I
I
was in a
couldn't
wreck.
even tell, man.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very thankful
Damn.
to be here right now, and it just really puts it in perspective of whatever you're doing, you gotta set aside that time that you are gonna enjoy.
True that, dude.
Don't work too much. Don't put all your effort into work. You might be thinking it's getting you somewhere, but
It's just the
especially
slave work of
motherfuckers that
society.
hate their job, get a different fucking job. Like, life is too short.
Yeah.
I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah.
I enjoy what I do for the most part, so I don't really have a lot of complaints about that. But that was kind of the backstory. Where was I going with that? What was I saying before that?
Fuck. I can't remember. You did something about the accident, before the accident.
Fuck. I lost
Just
my-
like, we're talking about kind of eye-opening experiences,
Eye-opening
after like.
experiences.
Yeah, he's talking about
trying-
ketamine.
Well, I was
Yeah.
talking.
Oh, okay. There we go. Ketamine.
Back to
Bring
drugs.
yourself back.
We're talking about like first-time experiences. I'm sitting there in the hospital and I'm in excruciating pain. My neck's all messed up, my knees all fucked up, and I was like, look, like, give me something. I don't care if it's Tylenol, I don't care if it's ibuprofen, just give me something.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, we'll see what we can do. I was like, sick, dude. And so he comes back like 30 minutes later and he's like, here, I have 800 milligrams of ibuprofen for you, and here's an oxycodone. And I'm like, I've never had oxycodone before, but I don't really want it. But you know what, I'm in so much pain right now, fuck it. And so I took that, and then like an hour later, I'm like, shit, man.
Good.
I had zero pain. My roommate and his girlfriend came and visited me in the hospital, and they brought me some food or whatever. And I'm sitting there talking to them, and they're like, dude, they're like, you're all right? Like, are you in pain? I'm like, no, dude. Like, I'm chilling
I'm
right
on
now.
cloud nine.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, those first experiences, whether it be ketamine, mushrooms, pot, alcohol, that first time, it's always a wild card.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't know what to expect.
It's not always the first time that's the big game changer for you,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Either it's
Yeah,
like
you either
your
hate
second or
it,
third
you
time.
love it, or you're like, I may do it again, or I might not do it again.
Right,
There's
right.
no,
But sometimes it's not the third time around. Like that's how it was for me, at least with salvia, shrooms.
no, I'll never touch salvia ever.
I will never will
Salvia
again
is
either.
sketch.
But no, yeah, fuck. But back then, dude, when salvia would buy and
When
smoke
it was
salvia,
cool, you're like,
spice
oh, I'm
was
gonna rip
also
a full bong of
right,
ADX.
right. It was ridiculous. But at that time too.
And then you go to outer space for 5 hours, you know?
No fucking kidding, dude. At the same time, spice was fucking legal too, dude. Motherfuckers were in pipe shops going there buying spice, buying salvia.
dude,
Like
this
you're saying,
man's
dude,
good.
kids were traveling to fucking space in the fucking garage with the kid like 16 years old. like dude, like it's
Space,
ridiculous.
you mean like they're
We're
half
way better off
dying.
smoking just
They're
pot
half
instead.
dying. They're not breathing. They're
Yeah.
Oh man, like
Yeah.
the first time I did salvia,
I've watched people in Spice try to jump out windows from high-story
That shit's
buildings.
fucked up.
I
dude.
don't know
I agree.
how you
I
gonna
believe
tell
that,
me,
man.
you
This
know,
stuff's fucked.
they can sell it legally because it's not intended for ingestion, but that you can
Human
sell that
consumption.
even legally when, like you said, people are jumping out of windows or doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
When
Why would you want to light
pot's
that
still
shit for
legal
incense?
in,
Yeah.
you know, majority of the country. Whereas
was
last
actually-
here, where you know you can go down
I was
10,
still
10 minutes from here, walk into a pot shop as long as you're 21.
Yeah, buy a
Hey,
fucking
I want a
crate of
fucking ounce. You know,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
big deal. No one even thinks twice about it.
Yeah, people
But-
people have been locked up and fucking died over that shit just less than 20 years ago.
I
Yeah.
remember it was like, it was 2000. So we graduated high school 2010, and that's that July. So that same year I moved to Oregon.
Yeah.
But that, like winter season, whether it was December or January, there was a kid, and it was funny because he got off on a thing called affluenza, where he was like so rich he wasn't associated with how to like deal with things, but he was high on spice and drove over 3 people on the sidewalk
Holy
and killed
fuck.
them. And like his parents were fucking loaded. And of course they had a good lawyer, so they're like, "Oh, he didn't know any better. Like he's not associated." And so he literally,
So they had to give him a title of something that justified
dude,
created
such
I
a
would say
exactly.
he literally, whether it was bail, but he literally got off, and then it happened
What was
again on alcohol, and then his mom took him and drove him to like Mexico to try to like get him out of the state.
Holy
It was a crazy fucking story.
shit. So
But
what happens?
Well, I'm pretty sure he fucking got arrested. I just remember reading
Did
that,
he
and
get
this
caught?
was when I first started getting it, because I never smoked or drank in high school. So then I started when I went to college in Oregon. Dude, my next door neighbor was a fucking great pot grower, and he was like, "Dude, do you want some work?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'd love some work. I'm working in a restaurant, and I'm making dick." He's like, "Cool, like help me grow my weed." So I learned all these, dude, bubble hash, oil, fucking everything. It was awesome. But that was when I was sitting there, and I'm like, this. Why is this illegal? He's like, yeah, dude, there's a stigma about it. And then he was like, you know what's cool though? And I had a medical card, but he's like, come to me at the dispensary. So we'd go buy weed, and then he bought like a little joint of spice, and he goes, smoke this, man. And so I smoked a little bit of it, and I had the weirdest trip of my life. It freaked me out. Like my heart started pounding.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, you know, like going into shock, and I was like, I don't like this. He's like, yeah, dude, this is the substitute for pot. This is what they say is okay to smoke,
Right.
as opposed to pot. And I was like, what?
It's
No.
insane.
I was like,
It's
no.
absolutely
I was
insane.
like,
Yeah, it is
I
insane,
absolutely
dude.
is not okay.
Dude, I have a very crazy short. I'll keep it short story about Dude Spice. So, as you guys know, at the end of high school, I was gonna go do a job where you couldn't smoke pot, and I couldn't be tested for it. But so I stopped smoking, you know, for a few months. But then Spice was
Burger
around
King manager.
and legal. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. You got me.
Dude,
And-
the BK Lounge.
Yeah,
is
the BK
strict.
Lounge. And so I was smoking. But Spice was legal, and right there, right, all my bros were smoking, so I just smoked Spice. I smoked Spice pretty consistently, dude, at the same rate as my bros, which is very frequently as them smoking pot. I'm the guy smoking Spice because it's what I have to do. And dude, it's fine, right? It's nothing. Yeah, I see what you're saying, right? Heart rate up a little, maybe a little bit more. To me, I feel like I'm stoned, right? No difference. Fast forward a little bit. I'm in California now, and I'm in California. And I'm with some friends, and I still can't smoke, and so they go and they get their buds, and then they go get some papers. Well, when he gets some papers, he grabs some Spice for me. I smoke it, right? Next thing you know it, I black out. Next thing you know it, I'm leaning out of a car, and we're in front of a police station, and I'm vomiting. Then the next thing I know it, I'm standing in a restroom, in a public restroom. I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm fucking tripping. My eyes are the most red I've ever seen them in my life. And things are like, I just like came to. And I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, what the fuck? From there, I walk out, I'm in a subway. I was like, okay. I look over, my fucking boy Colby Jenkins is just mowing on a sandwich, looking at me, just fucking stoned off his ass, just like, what's up? I was like, I look at him like expecting him to see me and be like, you're fucked, we gotta go, and I'm like, and he just doesn't say a word, just finishes his sandwich that he's like, he must have
So
inhaled
leisurely.
that. Just finishes the sandwich, stands up, and just like opens the door for me, and I'm like, thank God, my boys fucking got me. And then I don't remember anything after that. And I wake up and I'm in his dorm, and he's like, yeah, man, you just fucking smoked and fucking freaked out, and I don't remember anything. That's what happened. So fast forward again. Someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, we're gonna go smoke. You wanna come smoke with us?"
You want to buy some death sticks?
Right. Now, at this point, you should think that I should now have a heads up, like, whoa. Maybe it's because I'm in a different state. Maybe it's whatever. This is different spice or something. I don't know. Maybe, but now at this point, you guys would think, well, okay, heads up now. Maybe not do this again. Well, I get invited to go smoke again, and happens to be spice, and I'm like, last time was a fluke, whatever. I've gotten too stoned before, and I've gotten too fucking from smoking pot. I've smoked spice tons of times. That one time, with Colby was just a fluke. Well, let's just say that my father called me, and Papa Bear to be calling me kind of randomly at this is kind of like, yeah, well, okay, I'm all ears, and I listen. And my dad literally calls me just to say like, hey son, something about that spice stuff I heard, just if you're smoking it, be careful, don't smoke that stuff. And that was very, very random. I'm sure my dad might even be listening to this. I sent him the podcast. I hope he is. If he's listening, hats off to you, Dad. Love you. And he says, don't smoke spice. This is very random to be hearing from my dad. Very, very, very random. So I'm like, okay, the coincidence tonight. I'm wondering like, well, I'm getting a little tripped out. I'm like, whatever.
Not a coincidence.
Right?
No,
Second you
it's
start
not.
second guessing.
Right?
No.
Right there. What do I do? Whatever. I go and I smoke the spice. Okay. Now, mind you, you guys know what my situation was at the time was fucking miserable. I was living a very, 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 very miserable fucking day-to-day life. I've shared it with some of you in detail. And so I was like, yeah, go fucking, whatever, smoke, get stoned, right? That's the worst that can happen. I get stoned, I throw up again. Fucking big deal. Now this time I remember vividly. And I'm in a bathroom with bros, right? We're fucking around. There's beers, right? There's music playing. Just almost like what we're doing here, right? Right? Just fucking, flexing, beating chests and shit, right?
Getting tattoos.
Exactly. Fucking arm wrestling, and then making excuses about why their bicep looks the way it is. So it's a weird fucking shit. And I'm standing in the bathroom looking at bro. But I watch. I'm like, no, I'm good first. I want to see my buddy do it. My buddy hits it, passes it to me. He blows it out, looks at himself in the mirror, and I was like, okay. I do the same thing, and as I do that, as I'm blowing the smoke out, I can literally feel, I feel like parts in my eyes and brain is exiting with the smoke, and it's taking things away from my body. Like life that I need. I feel the smoke is my life leaving my body.
Man.
Right there, I was like, and I turn and I look, and at my buddy, who I thought was fine, who was sitting looking in the mirror, he's now looking in the mirror with bloodshot eyes going like this. Spinning around. Hold on, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm in. This fine fucking did it. Damn it. I kid you not. I look, I see blood on the ground next in my memory in this bathroom. This bathroom is like a fucking big ass bathroom. We're in there fucking whatever over the sink. I see blood and he's puking. I get down. I immediately start puking. Blood. I'm sorry to be sharing this. This is terrible, I know, but it happened. So heads up to you people out there. So
Don't smoke spice.
Don't
Don't
fucking
smoke spice.
Don't smoke anything if anything sign in the universe tells you not to. If anything in the universe tells you not to do something, a gut feeling, a parent, or just anything, a wind, a gust in the wind, don't listen to that shit.
We talked about this.
Listen to that
Trust your
shit.
gut.
Trust your fucking gut, man.
Use your dreads to feel the wind.
Yeah, use your dreads. So to end this, so I'm puking up the blood. Next, I don't remember anything else. I remember being kind of walked, and I remember apologizing for I just remember seeing someone being like, I'm sorry. I just remember trying to get out saying I'm sorry because I know that I'm gone right now. And I know someone's taking care of me, so I'm just trying to say sorry to someone. I wake up in the morning. I wake up, and a very, very good friend of mine is passed out next to me. And I'm in my bed. and I'm like in my fucking underwear with the fucking blankets underneath me, just laying there like shivering. I look over and he looks at me and he wakes up and he goes, "Oh my God, thank God you're okay." And I look and there's water and there's trash cans and there's fucking paper towels and shit. And he's like, "You've been convulsing all night."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I was almost gonna take you to the hospital." Let's just say he did, right? Which I would have fucking done, to be honest. If I saw anyone doing that, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm taking you to the fucking hospital." Are you kidding me? I would do that shit. Let's just say if I did
Not
that.
gonna be fucking
Let's
happy.
just say
You're
if I
going to
did
the
that.
fucking hospital.
Let's just say if I did.
Shoot some charcoal water in your ass.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! I could have been fucked, not just with what, but with everything that was going on. So as far as dodging bullets per se, I'm not gonna necessarily say this to the extent of like dodging
You got
death,
clipped.
but I got off with a very, 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 very humble warning for sure, and I definitely pushed the limit when I shouldn't have. But the point of it, we already said, listen to your fucking gut.
Yeah.
You got hit with the stray cat.
Yeah. I got what I deserved for sure. So yeah, Dad, if you're listening, I apologize. I learned my lesson. Take everything very serious, and I always have since then. Did you
It's
say
like
and
I've
tell
only
me?
smoked sass 3 times since then. No, I'm just kidding.
right. It's only been 12 and a half, technically 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fucking weird thing, man. Like a lot of people, you know, I'll admit to it for a long time. You know, you'd have this gut feeling. You'd say, "Yeah, no, fuck it. You know, I'll be fine, whatever." And that's when the worst shit happens.
And you deny your gut feeling. You can feel your gut feeling being like, "Fine, fucker.
Yeah,
do
You're
it.
like, all right, if you do
Fucking
this,
do it.
you're
I
gonna get
fucking warned
fucked.
you." You can feel that.
You know it. You know
Yeah.
it before it even happens. You're
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit, why did I do that?" You know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just, I don't know. Like another thing. Sorry to go back to it, but like my accident, before I got in my in the wreck, about 2 weeks prior to that, I had a dream that I got in a wreck and my car caught on fire.
Are you kidding? Did you say 2 weeks?
Like a week. I don't know the exact time, but
A
prior
week or so prior.
to the accident, I had a dream about that shit.
What do you
And-
think about that?
So, it's very weird because I don't remember. I had a pretty severe concussion, and like I said, I woke up in the hospital. I was unconscious, and so when my car hit, I hit a stump. I hit like a 3,000 pound stump. And I was going like 70 miles an hour.
3,000?
3,000 pound stump.
Dude.
Or not stump, but log.
A lot. Okay.
Off the side of the road. And I can't determine whether the flame that, you know, came from my car was my dream or if I actually was saying that. I don't know the difference.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Like I could not tell you for
That
the life of me.
sends chills.
It's fucking scary, man.
That's nuts. What do you guys, do you think your brain? Do you think dreams can tell the future like that? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
you
I
know,
think
you
your dreams are 100% part of the future. It's your subconscious your dreams are your subconscious trying to tell you something. So
Yeah.
I believe, not to get fucking like weird and shit like that.
Oh, we're getting
but, like,
weird. This is Pack
you know,
X. We're getting weird. We got beers out.
Your dreams are your subconscious trying to tell you something. Maybe something about the future, or maybe something that but something that will
Predicting
happen
a
or something.
pattern, basically.
Huh?
Like it could
Predicting a
just be
pattern.
predicting a pattern of like, you know, this is how you've been living. Like, you know, your dreams just predicting that pattern of what's gonna happen and like where
Well,
you're
dude,
gonna be.
there's whole books based on like
Yeah.
dream
That's very
interpretations.
Yeah.
And so
I
I
wouldn't
try-
say it's a pattern, but I honestly think they can tell you whether it's like things about yourself. I mean, there's a funny I can't remember if it's Bill Burr, but he was like, "Can you imagine explaining dreams to aliens?" He's like, you're gonna talk to an alien and be like, "Yeah, so like at the end of the day we pass out for 8 hours and our brain goes, cool, we're gonna create a movie and we're gonna fucking throw you in it." Like, and that's what your dreams are. But then, you know, you either have dreams that are vivid and like predict, or you have dreams that are very similar. And I mean, I've had dreams that like our situations are similar, and then when I experience the situations later on in life, it's like the connection just goes like this, and I'm just like, oh, holy shit! Even though it's not like frame for frame, I feel it and I understand. Like, oh,
lucid
I've
dream?
Dreamt this before.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know what you mean. I've dreamt this before. Yeah,
lucid dreaming is like where you have control on a dream, and it's very different. I feel.
Yeah.
Because when you have something like you want to talk about a premonition, like I've had dreams where I've like dreamt it before, and then it's happened in real life, and I'm like, wow, like I'm not a prophet, but it's just like that's very, very fucking odd that I've dreamt this before.
It's crazy, man. I think it's just the little key hint to something
like
so
David
fucking
Haas
big that we don't understand.
Killing himself. I had a dream about David Haas dying, and Andy talking to me about it. Not being dark, but like, dude, that happened when I was a freshman in college, and it was the oddest thing. I was out there smoking a spliff, and Andy, who was my roommate, was back in Gig Harbor. She called me. She tells me like what had happened. And I had seen David 2 weeks ago. I'd gone back to Gig Harbor and seen David 2 weeks ago. But that's very odd because it was like it like made me sad, but it was a very weird thing for my brain to like make that level of connection and sort of be like, oh wow, dude, it's almost like you sort of prepped for this. Like it happened in my dream, and I woke up
that gut fucking feeling.
Yeah.
And the brain, the gut feeling connecting to the fucking brain.
And so that's what's
giving
crazy
you the
about
fucking hints in your fucking heavy REM sleep.
Like telling
through
you
DMT.
Stuff like this is gonna happen or whatnot. Like it's there's no way to explain it. I don't think it's a pattern.
And you can't. It's so hard to interpret. You know,
Yeah.
you can't be like, oh, you know,
what
you
the
have
fuck
these
did
dreams
that
like,
just mean?
What does this mean? Why am I having this dream? You don't know that until
I was
something
dreaming that I was
actually
fucking
happens.
painting the walls with cats, and there was blue fucking tiles everywhere, and a bunch of red fucking balloons. What?
Well, that's how shamans are, I think, dude. Like,
what the fuck does that mean? And then I was on Mount
known
Everest.
for that, dude. They were not like, regardless of what they were like doing ayahuasca, peyote, or whatnot. But like, those seers were people that had premonitions. They had dreams, and they would tell the tribe what they dreamt, and the tribe literally dictated that as basically religion. Like,
tons of massive
this guy
leaders
that's
all
in
over the
tune
world
with
have
himself
done
in the
that.
universe.
Yeah.
This is what he said that's going to happen. There's going to be a great flood or a great fire, so we're going to move our crop. And yeah, dude, like that shit happened all the time, regardless if they understood that, like, oh, wildfires and floods and these things happen. These guys, you know, were out there like doing what they do and like meditating, taking drugs,
figuring it out, realizing that it's part of it. Like you're saying, Nick, the pattern.
And think about like how many dreams you actually remember too. Like the ones that you remember, like I feel like, I mean, because you dream every night, so the ones you remember are like clearly something like matters. Like I've literally had a dream that Lloyd was giving me tattoos on my arm of like different life experiences, and it's like this is really weird, and it like felt so weird. And like so real to the point, like when I woke up the next morning, I literally looked at my arm and was like, "Why do I not have those tattoos?" That made so much sense. Like, it
those
just
dreams
weird.
that I would have in high school a lot, where like when you're in a dream and you find money and you wake up.
Oh my
thinking,
god!
you have the money.
I'm rich, bitch. I'm 20 bucks.
I felt like
$5
$300.
in my ground. I wake up, I'm like, oh, that's chill, you know, I'm gonna do whatever, and then I check my pockets, I'm like, fuck. You know?
Dude, you know,
This power.
I hate that shit when you do an accomplishment or something. You're like, yeah, that happened, this happened, and then all of a sudden you wake up, you're like, yeah.
I got this really
fuck,
badass
that didn't happen.
girlfriend,
That was in
you
a
know,
dream.
fucking
Yeah.
hella cool.
You wake up, you're
like,
looking for her.
You look at your left hand, you're like, man, fuck.
You know, dream. I've always had really consistently like combat dreams, where it's just it's nothing like you would think like movie. It's just so like, and they're so lucid and vivid and I actually don't like
feel this.
I don't necessarily have control because I'm just like I have had a few of them where I'm in control, but it's mainly just me just like stop in the moment and just it's not like slow motion or anything. It's just me realizing I'm in combat and I'm like, this is happening right now. And I'm dreaming that, dude. And I've had that dream, dude. I'm not making hundreds
I
of
got
times, dude. It doesn't really
all
stop.
my
It goes away for a while and it comes
dreams,
back.
It's the most frustrating thing because it's like I'm either like punching somebody or I'm shooting somebody and my gun turns into like a tiny GI Joe gun. Like, doesn't shoot bullets anymore. Or I'm fighting somebody, and then it's like whatever I'm doing to them doesn't hurt them. They just start kicking the shit out of me. Or it's like the dreams where you're like running,
And you can
regardless
never
if you're
run
running
fast
away
enough.
from something. So you're not running fast enough. So then you start doing the fucking bear run.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're just in your dream,
Just
trying
run,
to get
yeah.
Dude,
Yes,
it
yes.
happens so many times.
Yeah, I love it,
God
dude.
damn.
To what what you said about Bill Burr in the Aliens. Think about like they're trying to explain a dream to them. Like, yeah, then we our brains just shut off and our bodies still breathe and in our brains, since our brains can't really like stop, they just run through shit that we can think of, and we just swim through those thoughts for 8 hours every night. And then the alien looks at you and is like, "No, that's you coming back."
Yeah, dude, it's
The alien's
super
like,
Like,
what a
we-
waste
yeah,
of
that's-
7 or 8 hours a night. Jeez.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's that.
Fucking
Or,
noob.
or,
Yeah.
yeah, or I'm saying like that's where you go in your fucking. I'm going deep there. That's where you go in your sleep. Sleep, you go way out in fucking space. You can
I
travel
think-
without your body. Astral fucking projection. You guys looking at that shit?
I think
Oh my god.
I think
I'm not getting started on it.
are capable of like time travel, but we do not have the mental capacity to do it. If that makes sense, like our dreams and reality, the distance between our dreams and reality, that is the time travel. Like I said,
Yeah,
when I had this dream,
I could
yeah.
believe that.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make so? You see where I'm going with that?
Well,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
like our dreams are us in a different dimension,
Absolutely. I 100% believe that.
and we don't know how to connect to that dimension
Yeah.
yet.
Nope.
Maybe we will never know how to do that, but maybe we can figure it out. And that's what I'm saying.
What's
The
that?
mental capacity
That's
lacks.
a good way of putting it.
Is,
Fuck yeah.
You know, if we could have a wiretap to our dreams, you'd be like, oh, okay, this is me in this dimension.
Yeah.
I'm doing this in this dimension. So if I know I'm doing that in that dimension, I know I need to be doing
Oh
this
god,
here.
that would just fuck the world so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Can you
It'd be
imagine?
just
Yeah.
out of
Holy
control.
shit.
Yeah,
Because there's
It could be great, and then at the same time, think about how much that would shift the world into everything being pre-predicted, and then you have to pre-predict everything that's being pre-predicted.
Holy shit, my brain
And dude, it
hurts.
just becomes this.
Yeah, but
exactly.
it's like one of those
It-
things where if you look into the future, though, like just looking at the future can change the future.
Yeah.
no, but that's the thing. There is no such thing as future. There is now.
Yes, correct.
There
You can't
is
travel
only
forward
now.
in the future. You can only travel backwards because that is the law of time. The law of time is a direction. Is that it's ongoing. It's not that necessarily you can pause it, but you can travel backwards. And it's if you go outside of the Earth's atmosphere and you travel at the speed of light and you do it for 5 years, I can't remember what it is. It's 5 or 7 years. You will come to the Earth. What is it, like 500 years in reverse? Is a big theory. 500 years in the past is a big theory that they look back now. Or as far as
Traveling the speed of light, time relative to where you came from,
Yeah.
stops. Going the speed of light. So
Whoa.
you have a watch that is set to Earth,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You go up in space, you go the speed of light for a year, and come back to Earth. Your Earth watch will have the same time that you had when you left.
Okay. What about like time and date?
Time and date.
Time and date? I don't understand that. Like, if that's so,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't
We
know.
can't
It's something I'd like to
comprehend
look into. Yeah.
that. It's fucking
Yeah,
insane.
you can't even
dude.
comprehend it. Well, gosh, that's definitely wrapping up there. This is something we can talk about all fucking day. Speaking of time travel, other dimensions, send some Pacific Experience, some stuff that you got, whether it be knowledge, information. We want to learn, we want to discover, we want to open up the mind, we want to see what's going on out there. We want to share with you the experiences we're having here in the Pacific Northwest. We'd love for you to share those experiences with us. Please reach out to us, pacificexperience@gmail.com. It is June 5th. 2018. You can also tag us on Facebook at PACX Podcast. That's PACX Podcast. Also, check us out on YouTube. We do have YouTube. Every episode we post does get posted onto YouTube as well. But hey, if you don't want to use that data, make sure you download the Podbean app, pacificexperience.podbean.com, and you can hit auto download, and when our stuff comes out, you can be notified right away. Listen up. Listen to us when you're driving. Listen to us when you're doing nothing, and when you're just cleaning around the house or something. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Swilly.
Yo, we'll see you next time.
So what's up? Oh, we gotta let Mr. Moose say goodbye.
Peace out. Until next time. Keep
Until next
listening.
time.
Keep sharing. Ask questions.
Every Tuesday, by the way.
Send
Get
it
ready.
in to us. Don't forget about Swilldabeast's name.
Yeah, that's right.
20
Hey,
bucks
$20
on the line.
on the line.
20
Who's gonna
bucks.
claim it?
You will get $20 from Swilldabeast if you whoever sends us the best nickname. So make sure that you tag at PACX Podcast at Swilldabeast.
Hashtag,
Hashtag.
name this Swilldabeast.
Name the Swilldabeast. Maybe we'll put a poll on Facebook or some shit. You guys show me. I don't know. I don't understand the whole Facebook thing.
So
we'll get it
what we'll do,
figured
I
out.
think how we do this is we'll take the top 5 that we like, and then you guys can vote on it.
Okay.
We'll let our
If we don't get
viewers-
enough votes, then we'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. We will see you next Tuesday. Tip your beer up. Stay safe. Stay real.